So wouldn't you know it, the very day the Farmer's Almanac said it's time to start planting, or my last frost date, I should say. And what do we have? We have a frost warning. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank all my old subscribers and welcome my new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. So my 2021 Victory Garden isn't getting off to quite the success I had hoped it would, but I'm going to persevere, push on, and push through these problems. Mainly, it's the weather. In my area, I'm in the Midwest, and it's still freezing here. We are well into May, and I say well into because it's like the 5th or so, and I consider that well into May. But yeah, so it's still freezing. It's in the 30s nights, and I don't really want to plant and have my plants destroyed, but it's getting to the point where I just have to go ahead, bite the bullet, and do it. So this is what I've started to do. So my town put out some more of the compost. So I was lucky enough to snag some more of that, and as well as some of these wood chips that they put out. So it's been a great couple of warm days, so we were able to get out in the garden and start preparing it for our 2021 garden. And as you can see, I'm starting my spices here, and I've got a little help over here, well, not so little, and he's just turning in some of the compost and some of the other soil amendments that we're putting into our garden for this upcoming year. And as you can see, my wild strawberries, these were actually celery last year, and I guess maybe the squirrels or something might have put some strawberries in here, and that's what we've got growing in this pot this year. This is a surprise because I didn't plant strawberries in there. And this is my elderberries. They're doing great from being just the sticks last year. And over here, I've got a crazy mess of medicinal herbs. St. John's wort in there, etc. And this is my mint. And this thing comes back year after year. It's 5 years old in that plant, in that pot. So I'm going to keep it in there because I like the containment of it. And this is what I'm going to do my spices in this year. I figured I don't need a whole lot of spices because I got a lot last year. And I got these from the Dollar Tree. And they're a nice size and they're stackable. So that will save some space on my porch just outside my kitchen and where I keep my herbs. So I've got 4 of each color, and I thought I would mix and match and do something different. And then I'm just going to lay out what I want in each. There's some lemon mint. I've got chives, dill, and I think I'm going to put flowers all on the top just to attract the bees and everything and the good insects. And I got everything laid out, so I'm just gonna just put some soil in there and just get to planting. Now I'm gonna start these inside, and once it warms up and gets all sunny and nice, I will put them outside. So this is probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I'm gonna put them outside. And then anything I want more of, like lettuce, masculine, that kind of stuff, I'm going to use these bigger pots, which I also got from Dollar Tree. I've been using these for probably the past 5 years or so. And I'm going to put the bigger things, the one I want more of, into the bigger pots. And I've got summer savory, basil. I want a lot of basil, so I'm going to put that in a bigger one. That's my masculine again. And then some lettuce and some cilantro, which is, I use a lot of basil and cilantro. I use a lot of that. So I'm going to do those in the bigger pots. And so I'll have more of them. So that's my spices, pretty much what I'm going to be doing for this year going forward. Jump on my planting, preparing whatever for my garden this year. And as you can see, I've got my potatoes all cut up and ready to go. They've already started sprouting. And tomorrow, May 2nd, is our last frost date. And sure enough, It's going to be 1 degree above freezing tomorrow night. So I wanted to get these in the ground today, but I think I'll wait another day or two in order to get them in the ground and be safe. So I think I'm going to wait on these, and then I'll show you what I have going on with my other starts. Some of my other starts. I've got beans, I've got tomatoes, peppers, watermelons, broccoli, what else? Cauliflower, leeks, kohlrabi, just about everything under the sun. As you can see, the beans have started. Literally, these popped up overnight. Like yesterday when I went to bed, they were not like that, but they're like that today. These are coming up really awesome. I haven't had much luck with beans, but hopefully this year they will be different. And then under here, I have some peppers. They are my second attempt, because the first one that I did back in December, they pretty much died off. Nothing happened to them. And these literally were up in 7 days, a week. And then I have some tomatoes in here as well, and they were up in 3 days. So these are going to be going into the ground. I'll just pop the top off. I have a plastic over it because the top is kind of cracked up. And as you can see, they're doing really good. I'm like so shocked. And they are on a heat mat, so that helped immensely to keep them warm. But yeah, I'm so happy with these. So we'll get these in the ground in the next day or two. They're probably about the size I usually transplant them, but because I'm so close to my date to go in the ground, that I'm just going to put them in the ground and cross my fingers and see what happens. And usually I do some seeds as well, and I'll be doing that again this year. I will do a couple of different sizes, like this size, some bigger ones, and then some seeds, if that makes sense. And then I can harvest as the year goes on and not have everything come up at the same time, and then I'm rushing to can stuff and eat stuff and stuff like that. But I will have lettuce, tomato, beans, everything throughout the season, because they're going to be started or planted in the ground at different stages, if that makes sense. So just my little snippet, and I'll show you the garden as it progresses. So wouldn't you know it, the very day the Farmer's Almanac said it's time to start planting, or my last frost date I should say, and what do we have? We have a frost warning. So I still haven't been able to plant in the ground because it's been so cold, but I just wanted to give you a little update, a little progress on how my beans and things are doing. This is my miracle right here. It was actually an upside down. It was growing into the pot instead of out of the pot. The roots were up the top, and I straightened it out, and it was all bent over last night, and today, voila. But yeah, so this is what I'm dealing with now, and I'm just waiting it patiently for it to warm up. I did get a few things in, like potatoes, etc. And I also hit up my local nursery. I like to patronize my local businesses, and I got a couple of things. I haven't been able to grow lavender, so I got that. There's some peppers that I didn't have, some hot peppers that I wanted, and some more strawberries, even though I have some. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos.